Brad Wright says we're going to get a conclusion to Stargate Atlantis. How? Welcome to Scitrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So, first of all, I'll give you a little bit of an update of how Stargate Atlantis ended, just in case you can't remember, before we have a little bit of a chat about how on earth we could get some sort of conclusion to this series and what that conclusion might look like. So, at the end of the series, at Enemy at the Gate, the 100th episode and the final episode of Stargate Atlantis, an episode that was dedicated to Don S. Davis, General Hammond, because he had died just before, quite suddenly, from heart problems. We saw the Wraith develop a new super hive ship. Now, they got a bunch of ZPMs. One of my favourite characters, Todd, had warned the SGA Atlantis crew, and they were going to go and fight the Wraith. Now, the Daedalus went in and attacked this new super hive ship. They were trying to get it before it could leave, but they lost that battle. The Daedalus was very heavily damaged. The hive ship got this weird message from the episode before, from a mirror universe, and had realised where Earth was. So the hive ship was on its way. A mega buffet of 8 billion humans to tuck into. On its way, the Apollo and the Shanzhou intercepted this new super hive ship, and both those vessels were quickly disabled. Shepard gated back to Earth to tell everybody what was going to happen, and they had a plan about getting an F-302s and trying to use nuclear weapons to destroy this new hive vessel. He snuck aboard the hive ship as it got into Earth's orbit with the nuclear weapon. In the meantime, Atlantis had been flown from the Pegasus galaxy back to Earth. It engaged with the hive ship in Earth orbit, but was pushed back from the extreme weapons and pushed into a decaying orbit. It was going to crash land on Earth. On board the hive ship, Ronan died for a bit, and Shepard got aboard with the nuclear weapon, eventually destroying the hive ship from within. Everybody gated out just before it went and everything ended up all happy. Except the Atlantis, that was cloaked, sat in San Fransisco Bay. That's how basically the episode ended. That's, I know, a very, very quick synopsis, but you know what? Just go and watch it. It's brilliant. I should also say this episode had the highest CGI budget for almost any Stargate. There was only 1 or 2 episodes that even came close to how much this episode actually cost to make. So, where are we at? We have to remember then the Wraith are still all over the Pegasus galaxy. There are humans all over the Pegasus galaxy still being fed upon. There was no conclusion to that battle. These have not been defeated. Please, if you are new to the channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, but also now get into the comments and tell me, what do you think could happen with the Stargate Atlantis? Do we want to see the Wraith defeated? Could the Wraith actually attack Earth in the new series? Now, I think that was going to be probably the most likely scenario. Brad Davis and Joseph Mosey have already talked about how we want to see a conclusion to Stargate Universe. But could we see, as some sort of storyline as well, a conclusion to Stargate Atlantis? Now, the Wraith have already attacked Earth, but obviously more than 10 years has gone by since Stargate Atlantis ended. I don't actually think we would see Stargate Atlantis return to the Pegasus galaxy like it did in some beta canon, because I think it would be too valuable. Here on Earth, it would be moved to be maybe somewhere like Diego Garcia or something like that, some base that the Americans have that's in the middle of nowhere, that then they could basically tear the Atlantis apart and find its all its mysteries. I think an interesting storyline might be that they actually do discover something within Atlantis, because, you know, they didn't search most of that ship. They were always finding new things. So maybe something really deep in the depths of the city is discovered. So actually, the Earth could come under attack again. The Wraith know where we are. The super hive ship came here. Maybe the Wraith have been trying to build up the thing. Maybe they find more ZPMs. Maybe they make another run at us. I don't think Stargate Command would go out of its way to engage itself with the Wraith. They would not start a war with a species in a completely other galaxy. The Wraith could actually very easily become the bad guy in the new Stargate series, but I think they will try to create something new. And if we do have this sort of storyline, it would be, again, a 2 or 3 episodes maybe. One interesting possibility is that maybe if the Wraith do attack the Milky Way, or there is some sort of engagement, that they actually, instead of maybe defeating the Wraith, maybe we find some sort of genetic way of preventing the Wraith from feeding upon humans, or stopping them from requiring to feed upon humans, which is something they did look into in Stargate Atlantis. Maybe they succeed in that and create some sort of weapon that, again, like I said, either means that the humans become unedible, and maybe we poison some in some way that obviously doesn't kill humans but stops us from being fed upon by the Wraith, or that we do something to the Wraith through some sort of weapon system that means that they can't feed on, so don't need to feed on humanity anymore. But the main thing is, like I said, in the beta canon, I cannot see Atlantis returning to the Pegasus galaxy. It just makes no sense. On Earth, it would be the most valuable resource we had, pretty much, except other than maybe the Stargate itself and the Antarctic base. So, for me, it's too valuable a resource. It would never get things. It would just be torn apart for research, and it would be one of the main reasons how we would advance our technology. So, again, get into the comments, guys. Tell me what you think. If Stargate Atlantis did return, how would you want to see it? And if we did have a conflict with the Wraith and we tried to resolve that storyline, how would it work? Maybe we just find a way to put the Wraith back to sleep, or do something along those lines. You've always had amazing comments and an amazing imagination, so please get into the, like I said, get into the comments, tell me exactly what you think, and let's start a debate. How could we see this happen? Please, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, it really helps us out. Also, if you're not, please consider becoming a fully fledged member of Scitrek. You can hit the join button. As always, guys, please stay safe. I'll see you next time.